Hello, everyone, and welcome to We Meet at Digital Days. My name is Marie-Therese Kohl, and I will moderate this presentation. We are very pleased that you took the time to participate in our virtual conference. The topic of this presentation is Optoelectronics Introduction of New Products. Our speaker is Shelio. He will hold the presentation and will answer your questions. Before we start, I would like to point out one thing. You will be muted during the presentation. This means that you cannot ask questions via microphone during the presentations. Nevertheless, you have the opportunity to ask questions during the presentation at any time via the chat function. You will find the chat function in the control panel. The presentation will be about 15 minutes long. The chat questions will be answered in a Q&A session following the webinar. There are 5 minutes in addition scheduled for this. If we are unable to answer all your questions within this time, we will answer them via email afterwards. If you still have any other questions left, just mail us at exhibition@we-online.com. We will try to answer all questions promptly. At the end of the webinar, you will be asked to participate in a feedback survey. We would be pleased if you take the time to fill out the survey and help us to improve our event. You will receive the link to the presentation in the next few days. Also, the recording will be available at our website shortly. But now, I will hand over to our speaker, Shelio, and I wish you an exciting presentation.
Thanks a lot for the introduction, Marie, and welcome everybody. And I hope now we have nice 15 minutes introducing all new products from the Optoelectronics department by Würth Elektronik. I'll not lose the time now, and we'll start with the first new products. Since November, we can proudly introduce our first vertical cavity surface emitting laser product. This is the so-called VCSEL emitter or vertical cavity emitter with the wavelength of 940 nanometer and continuous power of 2 watt and two different viewing angles of 110 and to 85 and 60 by 45 degrees. If you know about VCSELs, they're used in many different applications to which I will come now in the next few minutes. But first, what about our product? VCSELs are very high power emitter, so it means that they use enormous amount of power and have a very high output. This way, we need to introduce a very nice and interesting structure. And this is why we have a ceramic substrate for better thermal conductivity and to take up the heat out of the VCSEL. We have a state-of-the-art chip with multiple gold wire and gold wire plating and bonding. Because of the higher currents that are used in such products, usually VCSELs have a very short switching time in the range of few nanoseconds or below nanoseconds and very high current that range up to 20 amps post currents, and of course high quality diffuse glass for homogeneous illumination of the light, the useful light. You can see the two part numbers that are available on stock and samples. And now a few words why we introduced the VCSELs. We find this is the newest trend in the all different smart applications for the future, the smart factory and lasers, for example, in all these autonomous driving robots where you need some 3D recognition. Of course, you have heard about leaders and autonomous driving, not only about the cars, but if you think about all the different robots that can use automatic production monitoring, machine vision for working in complex areas where you need a very nice and very high resolution uh, of the ambient recognition of the ambient that is surrounding the robots. Of course, think about the safety in such applications that such autonomous robots can better uh, detect and protect persons, personnel, and workers. Of course, not only in the factory, but we can see that this application will go further into different household appliances like cleaning robots, automatic mowing machines, drones, and so on and so on. And of course, different safety barriers. Uh, these are a few of the applications that we can think about for the new lasers and this compact size with a very high power output and very nice illumination. Uh, the second new products that we want to introduce is the new infrared products. We start with a brand new series of infrared products in the so-called QFN package. QFN stands for Quad Frame No Lead. The features of this package is that they allow a very low thermal resistance of the package, which means that you can have a very high output, light output uh, from a small foot size or footprint. And of course, what we offer as at the first time is the possibility to choose between a single junction and dual junction chip. The benefit of the dual junction chip gives a 2 times higher power output than a single junction chip. And the new sizes come with two different sizes, the 2720, 3535, and 3838, which are so-called standard sizes on the market, and choice of three different viewing angles, 90 degrees, 120, and 150 degrees, and output powers of above 1 watt. But if you wonder why we need the QFN and what's the benefit there, here is a short overview why the QFN has a low thermal resistivity compared to the standard ceramic products or the standard PLCC products. The lead frame here is made of a bulk material, as you can see on the CT cathode tomography pictures, which means that we have a very short metal pad between the chip and the soldering contact, which can take out the heat away. So we can drive the chips with even higher power. And then the second benefit that between the single and dual junction chip, you can see the difference. A single junction chip is specified usually as a single quantum well structure, and the dual one is basically two chips stacked over one another to save space and basically have a better, higher power output from a single area. Of course, the benefit is we have almost double the power, but if somebody is looking for more efficiency, the single junction is the better efficiency because of the light extraction problem. As you can see, the lower multiple quantum well or active area can only extract light that goes through the first area. This means that we have a reduced efficiency of around 5 to 10% between the two structures. But of course, with the single junction, we can never reach 1 milliwatt of optical power output. With this, I would like now to just go shortly to the third product series that we want to introduce, and this is namely the optocouplers. Here, since this year, we can offer two different types, the AC type optocoupler input and the DC type. The difference is the AC type can work with the AC current, as you have the two diodes in connected against each other. And of course, we offer now, since last year, we update with three new sizes, the standard DIP size, then we can offer the flat SOP and the long flat model, the LSOP 4 size, with the standard pitch of 2.45 millimeter. Also, in connection to this, you also have the possibility to choose all the different 5 soldering models, the standard, the M-type through-hole technology, and the SMD S-type, the SL and SLM type, giving different distance between your soldering contacts, which is good for your uh, isolation. And of course, for all these different types, we can offer for the AC type the 5 different bins, and for the AC type the 2 different bins. So altogether we have 25, 35 different products, which all of them are available on stock and can be sent to you. And a bit about the benefits, why we choose to do this. We have seen that our structure and our model or our product, the flat or the horizontal type of optocoupler, can provide a better CTR factor to competitors in the lower current operation, which is where most of the optocouplers are used. And as you can see, we provide a stable CTR or current transfer ratio signal in the full operating range. The deviation in the black curve is a bit lower than in the red curve. Where can you find our optocouplers and what can you expect from us is we are working now to provide some application notes and reference design for different galvanic insulation in power supplies, in some motor driver controllers, and of course, in addition to this reference design, our first application note is already online, which can explain about more about the lifetime of optocouplers and why optocouplers is the correct choice for long life applications, with real explanation of the physics behind aging of optocouplers and what we can expect in the future. With this, I would like to end my presentation, and thanks a lot for your attention. I hope you have a lot of fun with your new products, with our new products. And if you have any questions, we can start now.
Thanks, Shelio, for your interesting presentation. Yes, as you already mentioned, we would like to turn now our attention to your questions, and you can enter them in the chat function. So, Shelio, let's see. A first question is, will the SMT optocouplers will be available also for automotive?
At the moment, we are not ICQ certified, and our product probably will not, the standard product will not be certified for this. But if there any question or any request or anything more, we can talk about it, because we know the ICQ requirements and we can implement them. For the moment, there is no we haven't started still yet with these requirements because it's a rather new product. But if there is any interest, this I would like to postpone for future discussion.
Okay, thanks. Another question is, will be the WL-VCSL in another color in future? So for example, red or green.
Thanks for the question. Very interesting question indeed. At the current technology rate, there are no or VCSELs in different colors are still in development phase. And as long as this is a development model, we are not going to offer this officially. But at the moment, we are not going to offer this. I don't know what the development or the future will bring. We're always looking for stable new technology that are ready to be delivered on the market, and we will think about what comes next. So at the moment, there will be no cover VCSELs in our product portfolio.
Okay, thanks, Julio. Maybe one last question. Do you have capacitive isolation products?
Thanks for the question. Unfortunately, this question is not from the optoelectronics area, but if you leave your contact data, we will contact the corresponding department and they will help answer.
Okay, perfect. So because of the time, I would say if there are any questions left, we will answer them via email afterwards. But for now, we are finished with this presentation. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed our presentation. The next presentation topic is horticulture's LEDs high and low power application examples. This presentation will start at 1 p.m. See you there and enjoy our digital days. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye bye.